Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to One Piece, chapter 1166. So, I don't really got much to say about last chapter. We found out Garp has the voice of all things. Uh, we got Marco's father revealed, so that was fun. Also, I did not get the joke of like, oh, his last name being Polo, so that means that Marco is, Marco Polo, even though, it's last name first in Japanese, so it would be Polo Marco, but, you get it. hmm. We have Kaido and Linlin basically saying goodbye. We have that great moment with Dragon threatening that Marine officer so that those slaves could get on the ship and escape. We had Roger. My mind almost went to Ace. He looks so much like him in this chapters. Yeah, when Roger asks Garp if he actually wants to join his crew, and Garp declines. He stays because he wants to watch out for the rank and file, which I think is, um, naive and arrogant of him to think that's gonna make that big of a difference. But who knows, right? I mean, Kobe exists, and he's the one who taught him. But for all the ones that he did teach, he still, you know, there's only so much he can protect by being in the Marines and basically enabling a lot of the stuff that they do and just giving a blind eye to it all for the few good Marines that do exist. But at the end of the day, like what happened with Dragon, how far he has to go for people to actually be helped. And it's not just him, like it's also Kusan and Ohara and Smoker and Punk Hazard. Granted, Virgo was a double agent, but still, I feel like if a higher ranked officer was told, don't help the children and instead help the flamingo, it still would have happened. So it's definitely a fault or a flaw of Garp as a person, but not, a flaw of the writing, I feel like. But yeah, it's sad. And I'm not sure exactly, what the whole thing with like Haki with more mass really means. But I guess it worked. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the way that you make like the Holy Knights make the regeneration slower, because and the color of armament is a power that doesn't yield to the Delphids. And on top of that, I was raised in Color of the Supreme King. There's no way I couldn't have heard him. So you have to combine both of those. And that seems fair enough. But I don't, yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. I do like that moment with Rox crying. And I think it's Roger who says, I recognize your sorrow. And that's why they have to put an end to it. Like, yeah, also to keep him from hurting others, but I like that Roger thought it was important to say that out loud. And it seems like they defeated him. Okay, so on to chapter 1166. Oh yeah, I've seen the color cover for this one. It's okay. Everyone is eating steamed potatoes. There's Usopp, Zoro, Chopper, Sanji, Luffy, Nami, and even Otama, Shinobu, and Yamato. It looks very like fall from the trees in the background, and a lot of foxes. So yeah, okay. Let's start. Oh, Rox is still. It seems like he's back to his own, personality in his last moments. Has the curse worn off? Title is New Stories. Both Roger and Garp are just completely out. They're unconscious from the exhaustion. Will I leave this island alive? I did think it was a possibility, but well, let's see. No, guess not. Roger, Garp, you better run. No reason to stick around and die with me. So we got Maffei, Garling, and oh my god, why is his name escaping me? You know who it is. Thorn guy. Summers. Sorry. Oh, right. Forgot to say one thing. I'm glad you stopped me. Thanks. And he looks like almost like he has a relieved smile on his face as we see blood in front of a black background, and the SFX is Shunk from being stabbed. But I've played these games before, Oda. I've played these games before, okay? Just that alone is not gonna make me think that that Rox is confirmed dead. I'm just gonna wait. Where's Rox? Huh? You're worried about the enemy? You guys are my enemies too. Not now. What happened to Rox, Rayleigh? So yeah, Rayleigh and Gavan got there in time to get these two from most likely certain death. They killed them. You know what? Just because Rayleigh says it does not make it necessarily true. He just believes that's what happened. Sorry, Oda, okay, but you just have not earned my trust on this kind of thing. I mean, why go to a black background where we don't see anything at the last moment just to make me suspect that he's not actually dead? Anyway, hurry, the island's collapsing. Don't let the pirates escape. Roger's ship is on the move. Open fire. Absent from the pages of recorded history. Okay. Like a curtain falling on stage, the island crumbled in upon itself. Okay. Garp and Roger covered in bandages as they're, you know, being looked after. It was shrouded in a deep, deep mist. Okay, now panels of Whitebeard and Linlin. This is a broad account of what happened in the mysterious, obscure God Valley incident. Let's make our escape! Full speed ahead! Yahaha! But after a brief moment of silence, Kaido, dragon, a massive lightning bolt with countless branches split the sky. Baby Shanks. And with that, a number of new stories began. Kuma and Teach. A massive lightning bolt with countless branches split the sky. That makes me think Rocks conquers Haki? But I don't really know, but definitely intriguing narration for sure. And kinda, epic with a number of new stories begin. Yeah, a lot of things got started with God Valley. We still gotta wait? Yes, not until Roger wakes up. Hurry up, Captain Roger. I wanna open those chests. Oh, cool. We're gonna see when they find Shanks. Let's go! Roger. Sorry to worry you all like that. Ah, good. You're better now. Anyway, check this out. Were you really worried for me or not? We got Shaki out, safe and sound. Haha. And we made up with all this treasure. Whoa, what a haul! Indeed. Wow. Hey, that came from inside the chest. There's something in there. Careful when you open it. Click. A baby. Indeed. All of you have become parents now. And you'll raise a wonderful boy. This is so sweet. I'm so glad we got to see it. Like, there's no way we wouldn't have. But I'm so glad we're seeing it now. Oh my goodness. I'm getting emotional. Oh man, the next page we're already cutting away? Oh well. Okay. The downfall of the Rocks Pirates. The story, of course, was heavily sanitized and prominently featured the exploits of Garp the hero. The Rocks Pirates are done for. Rocks is dead. I just knew Vice Admiral Garp was the real strongest man around. Garp! Garp! Now there's a true hero. Navy HQ, Grand Line. What is this drivel? Vice Admiral Garp, stop! When did he get off of Roger's ship? I'm just curious. How long was he there for? Bring me this Morgans guy. He needs to answer for this. Oh, stop it, Garp. The government clearly paid him off to write this. Yeah, considering that, like, I always just figured, like, yeah, You know that Garp and Roger had a special bond, but the fact that he let him stay on his ship to recover and asked him to join him, yeah, they were definitely not just a typical pirate and marine rivalry. But Roger really trusted him a lot. The world government and the Navy are both massive organizations. If you include the militaries of all the member countries, there are tens of millions of soldiers across the world. It's impossible to be completely aware of what every last one of them is doing. So when I notice that the upper management is doing something insane, I can just look the other way. I'm not surprised that Sengoku would say that. It really tracks with him. Huh? That's what I hate about you, Sengoku. You ladder climbing fool. Go ahead, call him out. Shut up. What is barking from the bottom of the cliff going to accomplish? Ooh. I mean, neither will be being Fleet Admiral. Stop it, you two. Like, they're both wrong. If you turn out like them, I'm gonna kill you myself. Well, he was just bluffing. Or, bullshitting with that. Well, with friends like you, how can I possibly go wrong? Don't tell me you're quitting, Garp. You're some kind of idiot? I've got plenty to protect down at the bottom of the cliff, as you call it. He was that stubborn, he actually... I mean, it wasn't like fully serious, but... I mean, he did fight Sengoku a little bit because of the differences they have over this. Garp was that stubborn, huh? I mean, they both were. But I mean, we all know that Garp definitely has regrets over the choices he made. But regardless of it all, he keeps a very sunk cost fallacy mentality over it all. I've been in the Marines for so long at this point. Might as well stay with this thing that I've been part of for so long. And from his point of view, it's like better to be here where, like, yeah, there's plenty of bad people here, but there's also some good people. And just going against them is not realistic, as he saw when he tried to go against Imu, and he wasn't really able to do anything against them. So he picked a method, and he stuck with it. We're back to Elbaf. Wow. You're back again? I'm not taking you with me. Oh, a flashback. Yeah, we didn't see when Loki asked him to join his crew. Or if he could join his crew. How many times do I have to say it, Squirt? You really think I take kids onto my crew? No, Loki crying. Who wanna mess? Ignored by the guy whose attention I want, and followed around by some annoying nosed brat instead. I think you're Nika. Rocks. Nika, the warrior of liberation. He laughs as he tears down the world. He tears it down. Well, I'm gonna be the king of the world. If anyone's got that kind of power, it's Harold. I feel like. Actually, I don't feel. I'm pretty sure that Loki has the wrong impression of what Nika is supposed to be. Listen to this, Loki. Slumbering somewhere out there in the world is a bunch of incredible destroyers by the name of Galela. And the guy who can control them is your old man. I could have all the outlaws in the world under my command. Interesting. If me and Harold team up, who could possibly stop us? Wow, that's so cool. So why doesn't my dad team up with you? Because of love. Hmm? But I'll keep coming back 100 times, 200, as many as it takes. Oh. Loki just read the newspaper that he's dead. Got it. Not sure how he's able to read the super tiny letters on a regular newspaper, but how can he read at all with the bandages? So, fair enough. I was hoping we could get like a, recontextualization of the very first moment we got a glimpse of rocks in the arc, which is when Loki tells Luffy that he asked Rocks to take him onto his ship, and then Rocks just stabbed him and left him bleeding on the ground. So I was hoping we could get an actual reason why he went that far, but nope. On a certain island, there's been an assault. It was King Harold of Elbaf. Has he hurt any civilians? No. It's a giant ruffian that he's beating, but it's so brutal. You still don't get it, do you? Yes, I do. I'm sorry. I'll never pillage the humans again. You don't get it. None of you do. Yeah. Oh, wow. He's actually using violence. Something he hasn't done since he met Ida. All of you scum with size as your only quality are the ones who built the giant's history of terror. And because of you, no one believes us. They don't believe that we seek a peaceful seat among the nations of the world. Actually, that's not technically true, although he did defend himself against Rocks when he met him. After that, though, I don't think we've seen him fight anyone. I mean, he wanted to take Rocks in during God Valley, but they just had a talk, if I recall correctly. Your Majesty, he's unconscious. I wanted Elbaf to join the world government to avoid losing their faith, and that was why I couldn't help him. Whoever side fortune is on, it doesn't feel like mine, so lend me your aid. My greatest friend begged me for help, and I turned my back on him. I left him there to die. I see. So this is how he's taking out the guilt that he feels on someone else. Yeah, he was so blinded by what he thought was the best option in getting Elbaf to be a nation recognized by the world government that he was losing sight of someone he considered a friend. At the very least, he let him go, but yeah, he did turn his back on him. Though I am a little surprised that he would call him his greatest friend, considering, you know, how Harold was so, how he saw rocks, you know, and his lifestyle. But yeah, it's only after hearing about his death that he realizes how much he meant to him. I like this for Harold. Now I cannot turn back from this path. I refuse to overlook the evil of the giants. Oh, okay, so he's doubling down. I don't know why I'm a little surprised by this. But, you know, there's definitely a similarity between him and Garp in this chapter. The king of the giants becomes deranged. Yeah. With how he was acting. Yeah. That was to be expected. Navy HQ underground cells. I'm quitting the Navy, Dad. Oh, they did lock him up. I thought he might have, like, ran away before they could. I know. And on that topic, I'm disgusted with you. Go ahead. I know. Oh, Dragon. Oh my god, I really like Dragon now. And the God Valley flashback has really done wonders for him. And Garp just gives him the key to the cell. Yeah. That was so short. It's because I think, yeah, it's the only interaction ever that we've seen between Garp and Dragon. But, it does so much already. Like, I wasn't sure, you know, exactly. Granted, this is the young Dragon. I don't know how, if, present Dragon would say the same thing to his dad. But considering this is a dragon who, you know, just experienced God Valley, makes, you know, yeah, of course. He'd say that. And the way that Garp just accepts it too makes me remember of how he just took it when Dadan just beat him up post Marineford. Like, Garp can recognize, you know, why people would feel like this about him. And he's like, yeah, I know. I've chosen to be in this path. And it's definitely not the most righteous one. But to me, it feels like it's the only choice. So, you know, lay it out all the frustrations you have with me. He's still very interesting. Harold, I made up my mind, Ida. Chief Darrow, it's time for me to set aside these half measures. Oh? Hydodin, Loki, you are my sons and I love you both. I want you two to work together. Yeah, well, that did not happen. And it's just him saying to Loki as well, I love you. It's like, uh, sure, man. You never spent time with him. But, whatever. Navy HQ, Marineford. To support Elbeth after I'm gone. Okay. It's an Elbeth Royal Navy ship. What? I'm very sorry, King Harold, but I've been instructed not to allow you to land. Officers of the Navy and dignitaries of the world government, please hear me out. Oh, oh my god, this is when he's gonna take off the horns. And take off, I mean like, tear them out. Oh my god. Oh, that must have been painful. What? Ouch! Allow me this chance to atone for 1,000 years of history. I want to apologize for all the mistakes that giant kind has made. I wish to prove my oath of peace, so that the children of Elbaf can lead fruitful lives without hurting anyone, so that they can live hand in hand with humanity. Yo, that's a crazy panel of Harold just holding up his horns as his head bleeds. I want a chance to atone for her sins. If that means I must be a slave, so be it. Oh, Harold, you utter fool. And last panel is Emu's eye, with the SFX going grr grr. Oh man. Yeah, well, we know how this ends. And it's not pretty. That's crazy. Atoning for the sins that if that means I must be a slave, so be it. Oh, Harold. He really had no idea what he was doing with this. Harold is really just, selling his soul to the government. And, I don't think it's necessarily the ideals that he has. It's just the methods that he's willing to take to achieve them that are what dooms him. I may not like Harold very much as a person, but I do like his writing. But yeah, wow. This gotta be easily my favorite chapter. in I mean, would you consider this still part of God Valley, part of the backstory? I'd say so. And if we are, then this is definitely the best chapter of it. You could call it the aftermath. Yeah, the Garp stuff and the Herald stuff. It's it's great. Hmm. Yeah, I wasn't sure how to feel about Garp last chapter. But um, let's just say clarified my feelings in regards to what Oda is trying to do with him here. And Harold just makes me sad going down this path. And he literally says that he knows how wrong he is. That this, you know, this quest over getting the approval from the world government made him someone who betrayed his friend, greatest friend. But despite that, he cannot turn back from this path. Yeah, that's just like Garp, very sunk cost fallacy. I cannot overlook the evil of the giants, but I guess he can overlook the evil of the world government then. Good lord. I think I'm gonna leave this here for today. But yeah, there's definitely some things to think about on this one for sure. Also, I still am not completely sure that Rux is dead. Okay. But yeah, if you enjoyed this reaction, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.